We had like a 20-minute interview with Robert Kraft in July, and he kept saying, I have my guy. I have my guy. And he was talking about Drake Maye. And he also, obviously knows Vrabel, talked to me a lot about how he, Vrabel was, how Kraft was run over by Vrabel, having beat them as the Titans head coach. It has all come together, and I really thought about that watching this game, just Robert Kraft and what this team has been able to accomplish and what he knew back there in July about Drake Maye that maybe we weren't ready to believe. And then you look at this team with this 9 straight wins last night. They are in control of the 1 seed. And if you take a look at the schedule, let's take a look at the playoff picture first. The strength of that, I guess this is the playoff picture we're taking a look at here, which we love. 10 straight, they're in control of the 1 seed. And there's a lot of schedule talk going around. Strength of victory, not great by them. They only beat the Bills, blah, 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 blah. They have weird losses. Their strength of victory is the same as the Seahawks, okay? No one complains about that schedule, by the way. I don't think we need to look at that. We don't have to pull up their schedule either. The Broncos and the Bears, if you do take a look at them, as I did on my flight last night, just fractions of a percent tougher. Really, what is do we have that? Do we have that? Hamilton's here, by the way, everybody. He's in the studio. Love to see it. Hemi, can we pull up the Broncos schedule? Sorry, I didn't think we were looking at standings there. I want to look at the Broncos schedule versus the Patriots, of course, have that beautiful win over the Bills, which was under the bright lights. What else do they have? A Bucs win?
Yeah, they had that win over the Bucs.
Which was also huge, and people maybe don't think that. But the Broncos have a win over the Chiefs, which we aren't really regarding as a great win, as they are a 500 team. And what is their big convincing win? If we were to size up, as now the Patriots have surpassed the Broncos as the favorite to win the Super Bowl and stand alone, they were tied going into this game yesterday. Can you tell me about the schedule situation?
Yeah, so the Broncos have had that win over the Eagles, that big comeback win over the Eagles. And then the Texans game is the one that stands out. They had knocked C.J. Stroud out of that game with a concussion, beat Davis Mills in that one. But again, I'm not trying to take away from either team, but the schedules are pretty comparable between the Patriots and Broncos right now. It's fractions of a percent difference.
And it kind of comes down to which quarterback do you trust more in the AFC? A little Drake Maye or Bo Nix? Ooh, Bo Nix, who took it to overtime, somehow pulls it out, but took it to overtime, went to overtime, right? And then you, of course, have the Bears in that mix. Where does Caleb fall in that? We'll get to the Ben Johnson of it all. But similarly, the Bears in the NFC, their schedule also, they get so much crap for their schedule. I don't know why the Patriots, the Broncos sort of evade this heat about the schedule when their schedule is sort of similar. So we're talking about what FanDuel is projecting, not standings again, projections. I agree with what's going on here. All these teams, these top teams in both conferences are in the same boat. Winning 10 in a row, though, puts the Patriots a little bit ahead. You can't diminish that. And we'll tell you this crazy stat. 3 of the last 4 teams who pulled that off went to a Super Bowl. I don't know how this lunatic found that, but he did. And by the way, some of the other teams I just mentioned have struggled against opponents like the Giants, and specifically the Giants this year. So the Patriots took complete control in all 3 phases last night, as they have in most games they've played over this wild streak. They were physical and F you and very Vrabel-y, and there's a consistency to this team that I don't know that you can say about other squads. And I think we see the consistency with them more so than anybody else in what has been an up and down, very fun NFL season. And I'm not saying that they're necessarily going to win it all. I am just a little annoyed about hearing that they can't win it all. Why can't a team, just because you didn't have them in your top rankings, NFL talking heads across the great nation, doesn't mean, you can be wrong and you can now get on board and say, yeah, maybe, it's not unbelievable or beyond the realm of belief. The other teams in the AFC have left the crown for the taking. They have. Vrabel and Drake Maye snatched it. Didn't they do that against the Bills all those nights ago, all those weeks ago? They kind of did, and then we kind of didn't believe them, and they really deserve to be the favorites in the AFC, and they are at plus 420 after last night, which we love to see. And as for the game last night, this was supposed to be a game where we might finally see Drake Maye be a human a little bit, struggle a little bit. He's made a couple young man decisions this season, but this night, as the O-line is banged up, the Giants do have a really scary pass rush if they're playing to their full potential. Somehow Drake comes out and he has probably his best game of the season, I would say. He went 16 for 20 for 207, 2 scores in the first half alone to pretty much put it away before the teams even went to the locker room. It was over, people. And it's beyond the numbers. Just look at the placement. Hammy, tell me this. What am I saying?
I mean, you can't put the ball in better spots than Drake Maye was last night. I mean, this one, especially to Kyle Williams, look at this throw. He drops it right in the bucket. I don't care what the coverage is, how well you defend it. Those throws are beating every type of coverage, any defense, when he's putting the ball in spots.
But the Giants aren't a good team, Hamilton.
I don't care.
They're bad. They do this every single week, by the way.
Yeah, it's week in and week out. He's making these throws. At some point, yeah, it's his skill level, and he's that friggin' good, and we got to believe in it.
Shout out some O-linemen for me.
Yeah.
Who did a good job here?
Vidarian Lowe filling in for Will Campbell. Like, the offensive line was supposed to be a big story.
Ben Brown, we see you.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a big story last night, and it really wasn't. They did a great job. They ran the ball consistently. They protected Drake.
Hamilton, do you feel that? It's the winds of change. Winds of change on FanDuel Sportsbook. Here they are, baby. Drake, the MVP over Matthew Stafford. Wow, he's getting minus odds for the first time all year, minus 125. I will say, I don't know how much I care about this. It's very much an open competition. But it's going to be a hell of a race. Drake has not played one poor game over the course, which is bananas. And Stafford, Carolina, yeah, they just lost to Carolina. I'll leave it there. You schedule people, okay? After their bye, the Pats play the Bills and the Ravens, which gives them a chance to pick up a couple more wins before the end of the regular season. I know those probably still won't be enough to satisfy you, to scratch your stupid little itch, but still looking forward to those ones.